perverts, it's Tuesday on the Rogue Toys YouTube channel, which means it's another edition of Tommy Likes It, the talk show where I talk about toys that interest me and toys that I hope interest you.
Hi, I'm Tommy, and I'm your friend to the end. Heidi-ho!
So, 2021 marks the 50-year anniversary of Lucasfilms, and of course, in typical Hasbro fashion, or typical toy conglomerate fashion, they have released figures commemorating the anniversary. And what figure are we taking a look at today? That's, of course, a Star Wars Black Series archive figure, and this figure is the Hoth version of Luke Skywalker from The Empire Strikes Back. With the archive series, it's really good because they are re-releasing vaulted figures from earlier in the series or from exclusives that collectors didn't have the chance to pick up. Especially in the early going of the Black Series. I know for me personally, I always like to wait to see if a toy line makes it past like Series 4, because half the time with toys, they just scrap the whole line. You know, after like 4 waves in, they just go, screw it, we're gonna start all over again, and they reboot their own lines. And that's really frustrating, especially if you like the toy line. As a doll collector, I've noticed that a lot, and it's truly heartbreaking.
I will remember you.
With Star Wars, however, they're still going strong, so if you've missed out on some figures, the archive series is great because they re-release figures, usually updated with better facial likenesses, more accessories, retooling of the joints, things like that. When Black Series first started, they didn't use photo-scanned likenesses. They were hand molding, hand sculpting, whatever. And some of them were really bad. Some of the early Rey figures, really hard to look at in the face. You know, even Princess Leia doesn't look like Carrie Fisher at all. So, you know, the first Princess Leia in the white gown. So, thankfully, the archive series fixes that a little bit. However, I do have some issues with this figure. I'm really sorry, Steve. I'm sorry. I'm so grateful that you give me product to review and look over, and I get to keep it. That's great. And I don't have this figure. In fact, I don't have a Luke Skywalker. But it's the face. I just don't like the face. And we'll take a closer look. But first off, for you Mint on Card collectors, on the front here, you see some artwork of young Mark Hamill, who just looks great. Young Mark Hamill was really handsome, and that's why I feel like this face is a little bit, you know. The figure retails at $23.99. The price tag is still on there from the store. $23.99 at Rogue Toys on our website, roguetoys.com. You can head into the store, pick it up, or order it online. On the back here, you see more artwork of young Mark Hamill and a little bit of a bio there. So let's go ahead, let's open up the figure, and let's go ahead and take a better look at articulation, accessories, and paint applications, shall we? And find out exactly why I don't like this figure. And here we are with Hoth Luke Skywalker out of the box. And, okay, I gotta say, maybe it was a little harsh for me to say I don't like this figure. I don't like 30% of this figure. And that's the face. You know, the face makes it's a big problem when they've released so many Luke Skywalker figures that look like Mark Hamill. And this one just feels phoned in. Like, it's kind of like a Hasbro issue lately with some of the stuff that they've been doing with not just Star Wars, but like Marvel Legends and the Lightning Collection from Power Rangers. It's just, it's like, who's asleep at the wheel? Like, who's asleep at the wheel? Because, you know what? Someone has to take over and let the original driver take a nap and rest. The face is the #1 reason why I do not like this figure. And I say that as nicely as I can. I don't hate this figure. I just, it's not one of my favorites. The face, and I will take close photos at the end of the video because my camera is just not focusing properly. Hint, hint, donate some money to me so I can get a better camera. The face, he just looks kind of dead inside. Now, I'm dead inside, but I at least try to look alive on the outside, you know? Whether anyone believes it or not is beyond me. But the face, he has dead eyes, he has a dead face, he just looks completely bored, just like, you know? And I'm like, with the dead face, did they forget that he survived the Wampa attack? which if you're a collector and you missed out on getting Hoth Luke with the Wampa box set, great, pick up this figure, finish out your collection. But I'm sorry guys, 30% of a movie figure is all about how well they look in the face and how well they depict the actor, and this did not depict the actor properly at all, or with the justice that Sir Hamill deserves. Articulation-wise, do we have to go over this every time we do a Hasbro Black Series figure? Clearly we have to, because someone will get annoyed that it didn't cover articulation. It's pretty much standard articulation at this point for Hasbro Black Series figures. So you got double jointed knees, you have a thigh cut, you have single jointed elbows on this figure. You don't have a wrist cut. The rotation is more at the mid forearm. You don't have a bicep cut. You don't have an ab crunch. You have a kind of a mid-waist swivel. Let's see here. You have the ankle joint. You have the thigh cut. Legs go this far. There we go, right there, far back. He has a really, really good blaster holder right there. I love the little detail right there. I love how cool that looks. And of course, he comes with the blaster rifle, which I love this design the most out of all of the rifles, or out of all of the blasters. Just classic Star Wars blaster rifle, what you come to expect. And then he comes with his lightsaber, really nice hilt. And I love just the translucent plastic that they use for the lightsabers. I just think it looks super neat. I never get tired of this. And of course, you can remove the lightsaber part and just keep the hilt. That way it looks like the lightsaber's not on. It's really awesome. Or you can just change out the blade. It's really good for customizers. The head goes all the way around. He can look up. He can look down. And the good news is they added this soft goods part to the helmet, so it won't hinder any articulation if you're rotating the head around. Because if that was plastic, that would be really annoying. So overall, this figure for me is on a scale of 1 to a perfect 10. It is a solid 7. The shading is good, the paint is good, articulation is serviceable. It's not my favorite, but the head, the face, no. It's a solid 3 points taken right off. If you're a Luke Skywalker fan, definitely pick up the figure on RogueToys.com, and in our stores, it retails at about $23.99. It's not the worst figure, okay? It's not. There are a lot of figures out there that were pre-facial scanning technology that were just really, really bad. So for this, it could have been worse. But also looking at Endor Luke, looking at X-Wing Pilot Luke, looking at Yavin Ceremony Luke from the Black Series, could have been worse, but it could have been better. And that's pretty much all I have to say about that. You know, as the Mandalorian said in Wonder Woman 1984,
life is good, but it can be better.
Oh my god.
So for me, a solid 7. And go ahead and pick up yours today. Hopefully this helps you guys out in determining if you want to purchase this figure or not. As always, I will be posting photos at the end of this review so you can take a look. And thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And for whoever approved this face scan on this figure, may the Force be with you. Be sure to also check out the Rogue Toys Facebook page and tune in every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to check out the Facebook Live Claim Show starring the toy experts Crystal and Steve. And finally, follow me on social media. You can find me on Twitter at rareform, RAWR_form. You can find me on Instagram at the_man_diva. You can follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/officiallyperfect. And if you'd also like to purchase Tommy Purr merchandise, check out my store on storefrontier.com/merchandise. And once again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed making it. Be sure to stay catty, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
Where does it get those wonderful toys?